So I will be unboxing this Penn Fathom low profile. This is the 400 size high speed version. So it was released late last year, and this is the first time that Penn released large size low profile from a 200 size to a 400 size. So what we got here is the 400 size. So if Penn released a low profile large low profile reel, it means it's getting popular here in the US. So let's go. So, and here are the literatures. Here are the parts diagram, and all right, here it is. So, yeah, first impression. So I've been using a large low profile reel for 2 seasons now, and I've used the Ecooda 300 size and the Shimano Tranx 300 size. I also have the Tranx 300 size, Shimano Tranx 300 size. So first impression is, well, obviously it's heavier than my Tranx 400 size. Seems like the spool is about the same size, and well, the reputation of Penn is how do we put it, like Shimano, you can compare it to a Ferrari of reels. Then Penn, you can compare it to a tank when it comes to reels. All right, so I'm not surprised that it's heavier. Actually, according to the schematics of this reel, this one is like 13.9 ounces. Okay, so I'll do a side-by-side comparison with the Tranx 400 later. So this reel, this is the high speed, so this is the 7.6:1 ratio with a retrieve rate of 42 inches per crank. Okay, and then has a dual braking system. So this is the magnetic one, and there's the conventional braking system inside. So I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna be using it anyway, because this reel is primarily for vertical jigging, not casting. So we're not going to be using the spool brake. Okay, so let's see what else. So this is made in Korea. So this reel is made in Korea. So this has a maximum drag of 25 pounds. Okay, so now when I'm reeling it, I feel the difference, a big difference with my Shimano Tranx, in a way that it feels kind of heavy inside. So I feel that the gears are heavier than the Shimano Tranx. So maybe that's why that adds to maybe it's the material or the gears that are heavier also compared to my Shimano Tranx. So okay, now this is a side-to-side comparison between my Shimano Tranx and this Penn Fathom 400 size low profile reel. So another view. Well, looks like the Penn Fathom is bigger than my Shimano Tranx. By the way, this Shimano Tranx has been modified. the handle is from an OSHA Jigger 1500 size. So again, I modified this because this is primarily used for vertical jigging, so I wanted a T handle and a longer power handle also. So as you can see, the Fathom has a counterbalance power handle, so we'll see if this is gonna be too short. I'm going to replace it with a power handle, and if my guess is correct, if the shaft is standard, which is usually the typical shaft would be an 8 by 5 millimeter shaft, then I can also fit the power handle from OSHA Jigger. Okay, so specifically the OSHA Jigger 1500. Okay, another difference, well, this is lighter, and then let's see, yeah, this is definitely lighter to reel. I'm not sure if it's because this is a power handle, but I just can feel the difference. This is kind of heavy when you reel it, so most probably it's this has heavy, the gears are heavier compared to a Shimano Tranx. So the Shimano Tranx is 12 ounces and this is 13.9 or 14 ounces, both 7.6:1. Gear ratio, this is the retrieve is 39 inches per crank, and this is 42 inches per crank. Okay, and then so the Shimano Tranx, so it's a level one. Okay, now so the level one only moves when I turn the handle or the knob. That's the time. When it's in pre-spool, as you can see, the level one doesn't move. And let's see if also when the fish is taking line or pulling the drag, it's also not moving. I'm kind of worried about that, because if the level one doesn't move when the fish is taking line, it's putting a lot of pressure on the level one, but so far it hasn't failed me yet. I've been using this for 2 seasons and caught a lot of big fish, mostly stripers and bluefish. That's the biggest fish we catch here in the Northeast. Okay, now let's see. So in pre-spool, nope, it doesn't move. Of course, when you turn the handle, so the level one moves. Okay, now what's unique about Penn Fathom is when the line, let's say the fish is pulling and it's taking line, as you can see this, so it moves. So the level one moves when the fish is pulling. So okay, that's it with that. So price wise, Shimano Tranx is almost 300, well, $299. Same thing, we got this from Amazon, $299, so the price is the same. You also have the Squall, which is a lower, a cheaper version of the Fathom, which is $100 less. It's $199, so, or $200. Okay. All right, now I'm going to load this reel with this braid, which we also bought from Amazon. We were trying to find a cheaper braid line. We usually use a Power Pro Depth Hunter, which is expensive, so we're going to try this brand here. So usually we use 30 pounds, 40 pounds, up to 50 pounds. We really don't need that much that heavy line. So we're gonna try to just put 20 pounds on it, and this is 500 meters. This is a Power PE AGW X9. So I don't know the brand, but according to this is German technology, but it doesn't say if it's a German, if it's made in Germany. So we'll find out if it's dependable. Okay, so let's see if we can spool all 500 meters of 20-pound line with this Penn Fathom. So we'll find out. So this braid line, according to the box, has 5 colors, but I only see 4 right now. But let's see as I reel it. Now I'm not really sure, they didn't indicate in the box how long is per color, but I'm guessing it'll be around 10 meters. Now the spool on this Penn Fathom low profile, it has this hole where you can slide the line in, so you don't have to back it up. So that will prevent it from slipping when you reel it, so you don't have to put a tape backing. You don't have to back it up. The spool, you don't have to back it up with the tape. So honestly, every reel should have that hole where you can slide the braid line in, so you don't, so it doesn't slide when you spool it. But again, I just use a tape. I just back it up with a usually I back it up with a athletic tape, and that solves the problem, preventing the line to slide. When you're doing a DIY line spooling, gotta make sure that the spool is tight. So when you reel the line here, it will be also tight in the spool of the reel to prevent line bite. So what I do, although this is really tight already, I would either wear a glove or just use a rug to add more tension to it. Okay, so let's find out if it can fit 500 meters of 20-pound braid line. So just correction, okay? Now it's showing it does have 5 line. I see the orange now. So okay, so this is a Power PE AGW X9 braid, multicolor braid, and we got this from Amazon. So from our experience, we really don't need to use heavy braid lines. So we started with 50 pounds, and then we went down to 40. Last season we were using 30, and we find that it is sufficient. Now we're gonna try just 20 pounds. Reason for that is the thinner the line, you know, the less likelihood of the current taking your line away. So when you're vertical jigging, as we all know, your lure or your line should be directly vertical and not what's the term, it's scoping away or moving away from you. So instead of it, if it's vertical, if it's not vertical, if it's diagonal, then when you're vertical jigging, you're not gonna get the lure play that you want. And also based on experience, we don't get a bite. It's very rare, very seldom that we get a bite when our line is not straight down and it's slanted and it's away from us. So when you're, that's why it's very important that you're using thin lines. All right, so less likely for the current to take your line away. So we'll try if a 20 pound braid would be sufficient enough. Anyway, to tell you honestly, this has a max drag of 25 pounds, but we really don't use that. When you know how to fight a fish, you really don't want a tight drag. You want the fish to be able to take line when it runs away, and when it stops, at the same time you have to be able to take line or reel the line or retrieve line when the fish stops fighting. So that's the sweet spot. You have to find that sweet spot, and just guessing it, I think we're close to maybe 10-12 pounds when we're setting the drag. That's the sweet spot for us. Of course, the biggest fish we catch here is striped bass, usually in the 15 to 20 pound weight. So of course bigger fish, meaning you may need a heavier line, or from what I've read, you really don't want to force the drag. You just let the fish tire out, and you just have to be very patient. You don't want to, when you over tighten the drag, from experience, what happens is the more the fish gets away, and or the hook, the more the fish is able to spit out the hook. So that's from experience. Okay. All right, guys. So 500 meters, 25 20 pounds. So it's just about right, as you can see. So I have a pull spool here, so that's 500 meters. I'm sorry for it's 500 meters, so it's 500 meters of 20-pound test braid I was able to fit in here. Okay, so all right, guys, so this is the rod that we're gonna pair with our new Penn Fathom 400 high-speed low profile reel. So again, we got this from Amazon. Okay. All right. So guys, this is an Ecooda Black Expert slow jigging reel. It's a 2-piece slow jigging reel, and this is the medium light rating, 6'3", 2-piece slow jigging rod. Okay, okay. Again, we got this from Amazon, and this is around, I believe, almost $260. It's $259, so it's $260. From what I've heard, this is a lot cheaper in the Philippines, but so it's imported, so naturally it's gonna be expensive here in the US. Oof, it's very nice. So this is rated max jig 200 grams, P rating 1 to 2.5. I'm not too familiar with the conversion to pounds, but I believe 2.5, if I'm not mistaken, is equivalent to maybe 30 pounds, so don't quote me on it. That's And then the test drag is at 11 kilograms. Okay, about 25 pounds maybe of drag, which we really don't use. As I've said, the most we're gonna set the drag is maybe 15, well, not even, maybe 12 pounds, 10, 12 pounds. Okay. Alright, so let's cut the plastic and see. There you go. So we have a lot of local brands here in the US, but I heard so many good things about the Ecooda Black Expert from, of course, from Master Richard Molina. So that's why we opted to buy this. And let's see how dependable it is, but I'll take Richard's Master Richard's word for it. Let's see now. Wow. Wow, very nice. Look at that. Wow, look at that. It's a perfect match. It's like a match made from heaven. But look at that. It's very nice. So we can't wait to use it. So our season is about to start. Striped bass will start migrating north, and they'll be here around May, beginning of May or mid-May. But you know, it will start with the small ones and maybe the big ones, the keepers, or the what we call the slot fish, or the slot size, which is 28, between 28 to 35, which is the legal size that we can take home. They'll be around maybe closer to the end of May, around June. So can't wait to use it. So the only thing is, I prefer the handle longer. Well, anyway, so it'll be my brother is gonna be using it. Actually, this is his gear here, his setup here. So I'm just doing a review. I'm just doing an unboxing to show you guys the new Penn Fathom, and match it with the Ecooda Black Expert. So just wait for our coming videos when the season opens, and let's see how this how this reel and rod will perform. And thank you for watching, and if you do like the video, please do subscribe, and also you can share it. Thank you so much.